Over 2 weeks have passed by after shocking RG car rape and murder case. The incident has sent shockwaves throughout the entire country, with doctors and citizens taking to the streets to protest what happened on the night of August 9th with a 31-year-old trainee doctor at the Kolkata RG Car Medical College and Hospital. Repeated demands of seeking justice for the victim and safety for healthcare workers, especially women, are echoing everywhere. But while we express our outrage, it's important to look for solutions amidst all the chaos. In light of that, NewsX is proposing that India needs a scientific study of sexual predators so that we understand the things that goes in the minds of these sexual predators and rapists. Our campaign has gained momentum as West Bengal Governor Ananda Bose called it an excellent suggestion. IMA President Dr. Asokan also extended his support to our campaign. In an exclusive interview with the reputed American researcher Ann Burgess, who has worked with the FBI, she voiced out to us on why the study is crucial and how these findings can help police officials and agencies understand the minds of sexual predators. Reputed psychologists and doctors have also shown their support to our campaign. The support has been pouring in from across the country on our campaign. Doctors, psychologists and celebrities have hailed this campaign and said this is the need of the hour. Well, we are also making an appeal now to doctors and psychologists and neurologists, as well as psychiatrists and academicians, to join this NewsX campaign and start the largest ever profiling study on India's sexual predators. Well, joining us now, in fact, is Dr. Rajat Mitra, psychologist. Dr. Mitra, welcome to the show. NewsX has launched a campaign where we are inviting the most qualified scientific minds to discuss profiling of rapists. Would you be willing to extend your support to this campaign as well? Dr. Mitra, can you hear me?
Sure, it will not only help policies,
yes,
but it will profoundly influence the sentencing process. Today's sentencing process for rapists can be often very arbitrary. The judge or the courtroom scene is often like this, where they decide on the quantum of trauma for the person depending upon personal or sometimes even subjective factors. There is a great deal of objectivity which is needed right now in the courts in order to make the sentencing more streamlined, more smooth, and also something which is relevant for the rapist and for the society. So that sense of objectivity can only be brought about by such a process.
Yes. Do you think that such a scientific study then will help us building more accurate policies and laws to prevent rapes and sexual assaults in the long run?
Absolutely, they can be roped in, and I think they have a behavioral sciences unit which they have developed over the years. And I know that periodically from time to time I was also asked to do so, but I think the political will was not there, and the kind of inputs that were needed as a formal policy was never developed, neither after Nirbhaya nor even the period after that. So a formal institutionalized way is extremely important. A behavioral sciences unit is very much needed over here in our country.
Yes, do you agree then with the fact that medical sciences such as brain mapping of rapists can help build solutions in our fight against rape in society, sir?
Absolutely. I think brain mapping and other procedures are what we call pre-indicators for how a person may behave or is going to behave. And pre-indicators are extremely important to know which direction a person is developing, how a person is growing in turning to be an offender, a criminal. So I think that it will greatly contribute to that process.
Right. What other solutions then can the medical community provide in our fight against sexual assaults and rapes, sir?
One is that make it a community approach, because when people see crime in our country, they don't report it. That's one. Secondly, to make it multidisciplinary. So it is not just one particular discipline that can help in curbing the crime, but several disciplines together can and need to work together with a great deal of political will behind that in order to develop such an institution that can do this job.
Yes, Dr. Mitra, the US maintains a sex offenders registry that is accessible by the public at large. Do you think India should start collating data in this regard and make a similar registry?
I would absolutely again agree with that. I think for prevention purposes, we do need to maintain such a register. I have been in several cases where people were hiding in neighborhoods who were pedophiles and people did not know about them. And when they were caught doing so, the people were surprised, say that he's so nice. He behaves so nicely with our children, little realizing that their behavior was a masked behavior where they were, merging with the society and committing their crimes. Sex offenders, pedophiles, and several other offenders, they merge with our society, merge with the people very well, and they are able to commit the crime. So it is very important to maintain the register. Of course, the human rights angle is important and it should be dealt with and it should be taken care of. But I would definitely suggest that the purpose of keeping our children safe, such a register is absolutely, important. In fact, I recall a tragic case where I had gone with the police to, arrest someone. They had asked me to come along. This person was a pedophile, and when we arrested, the whole neighborhood got together, and they said, but he's such a nice person. We can't imagine how he did such a thing. And then one of them said that if we had a register, if we knew that we would like that, I would not be sending my kids over to his place or to be near him. So whose kid was assaulted? So, many such crimes can be prevented if we have a register like that.
Yes. What goes on behind the minds of rapists? I think that is the question that everyone has, Dr. Mitra.
What is behind their minds is that, there are several things. It's probably difficult to generalize, but certain things come to light. One is that they don't find normal relationships exciting. They find deviant relationships with children, or where they use violence as a normal way of dealing with a woman. Relationships are too complex for such people, and they see sexuality in terms of pushing themselves, violently overpowering a woman, and not through the process of building intimacy and closeness in any way, with her. So that is, one thing about them. There is some research that there is some kind of a, different neural circuitry. So I definitely believe that there is a genetic predisposition which also interacts with the environment to produce such a condition so that such people are created. Second is that it is important to separate them from their behavior. It is important to see that, yes, they behaved like this, but not hate them. Understand what made them do this, because pedophiles, sex offenders are hated very much. In Tihar prisons, for example, if there is a hierarchy of prisoners, and sexual offenders, pedophiles, they are asked to sleep near the toilet. That is a standard punishment for them. They are given a brick by which to clean the toilet both morning and evening. So the attitude of most offenders is that, what kind of crime is this? I mean, why did you do that? So even there is a hierarchy. So also, I have testified in a large number of cases, on behalf of victims and offenders both.
Yes.
I mean, at times when there were false allegations, there are a large number of false allegations that take place. I would say anything between 20 to 25% in our country, maybe more, right? So it is important for all of us, lawyers, doctors, psychologists, to come together and generate more information and knowledge to deal with this problem.
Absolutely. My thanks to you, Dr. Rajat Mitra, for joining us with your perspective on this big.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.